Hello. All right, I'm Nathan Greene with Imaginology. I am the chief Imaginologist, and I'm super excited to be here tonight. This is so awesome. Thank you so much. I'm here to talk about my passion for animation. What started out as a stop motion passion, really, with Ray Harryhausen and Clash of the Titans. I had to get involved in that, so I got into animation school and started doing some stop motion animation, really doing 3D, but I really wanted to do stop motion until I realized how painstaking it was. So I really got into puppetry to try to expedite that process. And I'm not patient enough for stop motion animation, is what I had to come to acknowledge. So I developed this show with the puppets, The Afterlife with Boney Tony. And it was shot live, which is immediate animation, immediate gratification for me. I converted my garage over to a green screen studio to do this. And I'm working with a team of about 5 puppeteers. We've got about a dozen different puppets. So I got all this set up. Ultimately, I put the camera in there, but we wanted to archive these guys because you beat puppets up pretty badly in production. They don't hold up so well. So I bought a 3D scanner and decided I was going to start scanning these characters in, and put Boney Tony up first for his bone scan. And here you see the lasers firing off and pulling them in to a modeling software. Which is a really cool process. It felt really cool to start to see him reconstruct into a 3D world from a physical entity. So I pulled him in, and as I was starting to do this, there were some new developments happening in the Kinect camera. So we started off with some Kinect work, and we're going to finish off with some Kinect work. Because ultimately we scanned Boney Tony in, cleaned up the models, and rigged him up as a 3D character. They can be embodied. So in effect, we created a virtual puppetry. And then 2012 was right around the corner, so developed the show around the 2012 countdown with Boney Tony, and I set it up as a live webcast, which was pretty overwhelming with just a few people to help out. So this is a schematic of all the video equipment, switching equipment. That's irrespective of the modeling process and the rigging and the animation system and all of that, which again I was doing with 2 other people. But the biggest obstacle was ultimately lack of documentation for how to control mouths with just your voice. So I ended up rigging up a headset into Motion Builder using Autodesk Motion Builder for both the Kinect animation.
Finally made some progress around here.
And the mouth movement.
So I have a few things to say. First of all, I can't stop moving my hands.
Which was not supposed to happen, right? It was just supposed to be his job, but it's the process. You have to trust the process. Once you start, seeing things like that, it was really exciting. It's like I felt like, I was crossing into this world. A friend described it as when you first see Kermit riding the bike, without any wires or rods or anything. It's just really exhilarating. So this is the result.
Oh, yeah. And, Rick is definitely a must. The future metabolism up.
All right, so you get 20 seconds, but that's Boney Tony doing his live thing. It's not perfect, but there's a certain acceptance there. You're breaking down the 4th wall. Puppetry does that all the time, and so we're just kind of crossing over. I'm really excited about live animation. I think it's an amazing concept, and I know that our horsepower is increasing all the time. So we started moving into new characters and inviting people into the studio to try it out and getting some feedback and input. And ultimately, the conclusion was it's fun. Man. This is great.
So it's got the smooth now, so you're not going to be as
So what else can we do, you know? Took it to the schools, to my daughter's school at Mercury Mine, and let the kids play around, you know, and experiment with some characters. I did, you know, the Gettysburg Address, naturally. And handed the reins over to the kids, you know, let some fifth graders play around with it. They were experimenting with Mr. Hart, obviously not a fifth grader. But Mr. Hart, you know, to help educate kids on cardiovascular disease. Just experimenting around, you know, kind of feeling things out and seeing where this can apply other than conference trade shows and, you know, selling soap. So tons of fun. I think this is where this is going to be headed, is actually into more stage projection back onto people. Change of costume immediately. This is really rough, very early, you know, low quality projection, but ultimately able to project the character back onto myself and perform the character with some limited tracking. So a little bit of credits to some of the people that helped out. Just want to share, you know, the process, the method, and the madness. Zach Robinson here from the University of Advancing Technology really helped out a lot, and our 5 puppeteers, of course. I want you guys to not worry, okay? Traditional puppetry is not going anywhere. It'll always still be around. We'll you know, keep the old guys around. They're just so much fun. There's just something about a static, you know, organic, physical puppet that's just fun to play with, you know? It's out of your bedroom or something. Boney Tony, of course, has to say his catch line, "You're better off dead." All right? Just had to make sure we get that out to everybody. And I wanted to make sure, again, to thank you all for inviting me tonight to the Phoenix Design Week, Pecha Kucha, or whatever you call that. It doesn't have to be said correct. It's an acknowledgement, a lot of fun, and a lot of really great talent. And thanks to all the other presenters. It was really fantastic seeing your work. So thank you very much.
Wow, that was amazing. I'd like to get another hand for all the presenters. They were incredible.